jersey and Scotty's jersey sitting up there. It's a surreal moment, but I think the message for us is the same. We want to continue to build that consistency on both ends of the floor, and it's another opportunity for us to do that here.
This is also, I think, an opportunity for these. I mean, the Fever play in Cambridge, so you guys are doing it all the time. But to prove like the WNBA can succeed in big arenas like that, I guess just maybe pressure is not the right word, but do you guys think about that? How the business of things are changing and how you're impacting that?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think that we've had a great product for a long time.
The Indiana Fever organization faces a significant adjustment period as assistant coach Austin Kelly assumes interim head coaching responsibilities during Stephanie White's absence for personal reasons. Kelly's recent media session provided insight into the team's preparation and mindset while addressing the challenges of coaching in historic venues. Kelly emphasized the collaborative nature of the coaching staff's approach during this transitional period. The assistant coach highlighted how White has consistently delegated responsibilities to her staff, including Kelly himself, fellow assistant Bayonne, and Kelly's wife, Karima, who also serves on the coaching staff.
Great to have the eyes on us right now. It shows that we can get it done in big arenas too. The eyes are there, and our game has grown so much. It's a great product, and so I'm looking forward to playing in this arena, coaching in this arena, and seeing us go out and have some success here.
Sorry, just one more. Part of like the fun of sports is filling up big arenas like this and playing in enemy territory, like feeding off of that. How do you feel like this team?
This distributed leadership model has prepared the organization for situations requiring adaptability. Kelly stressed that preparation methods and team messaging remain consistent regardless of who occupies the head coaching position, indicating strong systematic foundations within the program. The coaching staff's emphasis on continuity aims to minimize disruption during an already challenging period marked by various roster adjustments and injury concerns. Kelly's confidence in the existing infrastructure suggests the organization has built resilience into its operational framework. The team's upcoming game at the United Center carries special significance beyond the immediate competitive implications. Kelly acknowledged the emotional impact of coaching in the same arena where basketball legends like Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen achieved greatness.
Thrives in those situations and rises to meet those moments.
I just think it's a competitiveness that we all have as a group. Cambridge is a great place for us to play at home, but I think you think about sports, it's going into enemy territory and, being in hostile environments and, being able to get the job done. This is a game of runs that we see. And so being able to overcome adversity throughout the game in enemy territory, it's something that gives you goosebumps and gives you chills. So
the assistant coach described the experience as surreal, particularly for staff members who grew up watching Jordan's championship runs during the 1990s. Kelly shared personal memories of following those teams while traveling for AAU tournaments, watching games in hotel rooms on older television sets. The venue's historic significance extends beyond nostalgia, representing the WNBA's growing ability to fill major arenas and attract mainstream attention. Kelly expressed pride in demonstrating that women's basketball can succeed in prestigious venues traditionally associated with NBA competition.
I'm looking forward to this environment tonight.
What has the preparation looked like over the last 24, 48 hours when you got the sense that maybe you'd be stepping up today?
It's just been the same. I think that, Steph puts a lot on us, not just me, our other assistants, Breon, my wife, Karima, she puts a lot of trust in us and when it comes to building game plans and preparing our team, for battle. So, it's just me stepping into that role. I'm going to lean heavily on our staff, like we always do. And so the preparation's been the same. The message to our team has been the same. It's about us. It's about our consistency on both ends, and it's about.
Kelly addressed practical considerations specific to playing in larger arenas, noting that depth perception can affect shooting performance due to different sightlines and arena configurations. The coaching staff emphasized additional shooting practice to help players adjust to these environmental factors. During recent practice sessions, the team demonstrated strong shooting performance, which Kelly hopes will translate to game conditions. The preparation includes extended warm-up periods and specific adjustments to accommodate the venue's unique characteristics. These tactical considerations reflect the professional attention to detail required when teams play in venues outside their normal environments. The coaching staff's proactive approach to these challenges demonstrates organizational organizational thoroughness.
Doing the things that we say we want to do. You got to walk it. You can't just say you want to do these things. You can't just say you want to win. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday process. And so the message has just been the same for us.
You guys have experienced a lot of these stadium upgrades where games get moved into bigger arenas. Is there anything different about prepping for a bigger arena? I know sometimes people talk like sight lines, et cetera. Is there anything different about that?
Sometimes the depth perception is a little bit different. So shooting, so getting extra shots up. We hit a lot of shots today in shoot around. So
Kelly highlighted significant individual growth among key players throughout the season's challenging periods. He specifically praised Aaliyah Boston's development as a playmaker and decision-maker, noting her improved efficiency and versatility in multiple offensive roles. Kelsey Mitchell's evolution as a playmaker off the dribble received particular attention from Kelly, suggesting expanded responsibilities for the veteran guard. This development provides additional offensive flexibility during periods when other key contributors remain unavailable. The coach emphasized the team's next man up mentality, citing Ari McDonald's seamless integration as a prime example. McDonald's ability to contribute 27 minutes immediately upon joining the roster demonstrates both individual readiness and organizational preparation for roster changes.
Knock on wood, hopefully that carries over. But, I think that's maybe the one thing. But outside of that, it's an arena. We'll be prepared. We'll get warm-ups. We'll get the shots up that we need and be able to adjust in that time before we play.
I know players are focused, but have any of them mentioned, like, this is where Jordan played, this is where, like, a lot of his basketball history is?
Kelly expressed enthusiasm about competing in hostile environments, describing the psychological benefits of overcoming adversity in enemy territory. He emphasized how the team's competitive nature thrives in challenging atmospheric conditions. The coach noted that hostile environments can create special moments in sports, generating excitement and emotional energy that enhances performance levels. This perspective suggests confidence in his team's ability to handle pressure situations effectively. Kelly's comments about embracing challenging environments reflect a broader organizational philosophy about growth through adversity. The approach indicates preparation for playoff-type atmospheres and high-stakes competition.
Oh, for sure. That's mentioned on the bus ride over. Our staff, we're a little older than them, and so we grew up watching Jordan.
Yeah.
And, I remember where I was, during his championship runs, sometimes on the road playing in AAU tournaments, watching, him play, one of them in hotel rooms, so it's not overwhelming. It's surreal to just be in here.
The interim coach emphasized the balanced nature of the coaching staff's skill sets, noting how different individuals contribute complementary strengths. Kelly acknowledged areas where he relies on other staff members while contributing his own expertise to overall team preparation. This collaborative approach reduces dependency on any single individual while maximizing the collective knowledge available to players. The model suggests sustainable leadership practices that extend beyond temporary personnel changes. Kelly's comments about staff preparation indicate confidence in the organization's depth and systematic approach to basketball operations. The emphasis on collective preparation rather than individual leadership suggests mature organizational development.
And to see the banners grow up, we were back watching it on box TVs when we were growing up, so being able to step in here and see those banners and see those jerseys hanging up is really special.
Oh, sorry.
I was just going to ask, obviously you guys have been dealing with some injury adversity, different group this time than in the first game of the season. What have you learned maybe from this group?
Kelly highlighted the importance of mutual trust among players as a foundation for navigating difficult periods. He emphasized how players demonstrate confidence in each other's abilities, creating an environment where individuals can step into expanded roles when necessary. This internal trust becomes particularly crucial during periods of roster uncertainty and coaching transitions. Kelly's observation suggests strong locker room chemistry that supports organizational stability during challenging times. The coach's emphasis on players walking the walk rather than simply talking about desired outcomes reflects expectations for consistent daily commitment. This approach indicates accountability standards that extend beyond game situations.
Having her in our thoughts, and letting her know that we have her back, but I think we'll know more, after this one's wrapped up. Yep.
Austin, do you have any memories of either like watching the 90s Bulls in this arena or anything like that?
Oh yeah, a lot of memories.
Kelly shared his personal basketball background, including his childhood support for the Atlanta Hawks and the emotional significance of playing in venues from his youth. These connections provide additional motivation while highlighting the career progression that brings coaches to prestigious moments. The coach's references to specific memories from iconic basketball moments demonstrate deep appreciation for the sport's history and tradition. This perspective enriches the current experience while providing context for younger players who may not fully appreciate these venues' significance. Kelly's storytelling about watching championship games during his own playing career creates bridges between different basketball generations. This historical awareness contributes to the overall atmosphere and meaning surrounding significant games. The coaching staff's consistent messaging, regardless of personnel changes, suggests strong foundational principles within the organization. Kelly's emphasis on daily process and systematic improvement indicates long-term thinking that extends beyond immediate results. The team's ability to maintain competitive standards despite various challenges reflects organizational depth and planning. Kelly's confidence in the existing infrastructure suggests sustainable success potential regardless of temporary disruptions. The interim coach's approach balances respect for the current situation with determination to maintain progress toward organizational goals. This perspective indicates mature leadership capable of navigating complex circumstances while preserving team culture and competitive standards.
I was growing up around that time, and when the Bulls were on their run, that three-peat, I want to say I was born in '89. I'll age myself, and I remember I played AAU basketball. And we were on the roads, and me and my teammates were crammed into hotels. I don't know, days in or whatever it was, watching them in June. And so a lot of memories of watching Jordan, watching the Bulls growing up. They were, obviously.
Recent developments surrounding the Indiana Fever have brought significant attention as assistant coach Austin Kelly stepped up to address media questions regarding team leadership and player updates. Indiana Fever's assistant coach Austin Kelly recently confirmed that his duties remain unchanged, even with head coach Stephanie White currently absent from the team. The specific reasons behind White's absence remain undisclosed, though Kelly mentioned it involves personal matters. When questioned about White's potential return for the upcoming Atlanta matchup, Kelly indicated uncertainty, stating the team maintains regular communication with their head coach and continues to support her during this period. Kelly emphasized that more information would likely emerge following the completion of their current game. The coaching staff appears to be managing the transition smoothly, with Kelly taking on additional responsibilities to ensure team operations continue without disruption. During the media session, Kelly shared insights into his coaching journey and connection to women's basketball. Born in 1989, he grew up watching the Chicago Bulls during their championship runs in the 1990s, creating lasting memories of Michael Jordan and the team's success. These early experiences with basketball, combined with watching games in hotel rooms during AAU tournaments, shaped his passion for the sport. Kelly's path to women's basketball coaching began through personal connections. His father coached high school basketball for 3 decades, establishing basketball as a family tradition. Initially recruited to Duke University to play both football and basketball, Kelly ultimately focused on football due to injuries and setbacks, serving as a wide receiver on the Duke football team. Despite his football career, Kelly always intended to pursue basketball coaching. His entry into women's basketball came through relationships built during the 2012 season when his wife played professionally. At that time, Kelly was coaching high school basketball and spent summers around the women's game, observing practices and learning from established coaches like Stephanie White and Lynn Dunn. The connections formed during that 2012 season proved instrumental in Kelly's current position. His relationship with White spans over 10 years, providing him with extensive knowledge of her coaching methods and philosophy. This long-standing partnership has enabled smooth collaboration among the coaching staff despite the current circumstances. When discussing preparation for facing the Chicago Sky, Kelly highlighted the development of player Kayla Cordoso. He noted her consistent improvement since college, particularly her effectiveness in two-player situations and her ability to position herself for high-low opportunity. The coaching strategy focuses on limiting Cordoso's access to her preferred operating areas and forcing her into difficult shooting positions outside the paint. Kelly praised the Sky's ability to find Cordoso in advantageous positions, making it essential for the Fever to disrupt these connections and challenge her typical offensive pattern.
I think everyone's, favorite team, especially the youngsters like us growing up in the 90s. Yep.
When you're preparing to faced the Sky, how do you specifically kind of look at Camila Cardoso, the way that she has grown into the team this season? What kind of sticks out to you on film?
Her activity. I think that, since seeing her in college, she's added something to her game, every year. She does a great job in the two-man game of really diving hard and making herself available for those high lows. Her teammates are doing a great job of fighting her. So
Throughout his career, Kelly has embraced the principle of keeping basketball simple and effective. This philosophy, learned from mentors Lynn Dunn and Stephanie White, emphasizes putting players in positions where they can succeed while maintaining clear, understandable systems. Kelly described how Dunn served as the defensive coordinator while White handled offensive responsibilities during their 2012 collaboration. This experience taught him the importance of clarity in coaching communication and the value of building strong relationships with players and fellow coaches. The current coaching staff's quick adaptation demonstrates their collective experience and mutual understanding. Despite this being their first season together in Indiana, their shared history and complementary skills have created effective team leadership during challenging circumstances. Significant attention has been drawn to ticket pricing for the Fever versus Sky matchup. Reports indicate tickets for the game dropped to as low as $3, highlighting the impact of player availability on fan interest and attendance figures. This pricing development has generated discussion about the relationship between star players and game attendance, particularly regarding the drawing power of different athletes in women's professional basketball. The Indiana Fever continues to navigate the current season while managing coaching staff changes and maintaining competitive performance. Austin Kelly's leadership during this transition period demonstrates the team's depth and adaptability in facing unexpected challenges. Team preparations continue as scheduled, with Kelly maintaining regular practice routines and player development sessions. The coaching staff remains focused on upcoming games while supporting their head coach during her absence. The situation highlights the importance of experienced assistant coaches who can step into expanded roles when circumstances require additional responsibility. Kelly's background and long-standing relationships within the organization have proven valuable during this transitional period. As the team moves forward, attention will remain on both their on-court performance and the resolution of the current coaching situation. The professional handling of these circumstances reflects the organization's commitment to maintaining stability and success throughout the season. The Indiana Fever organization is experiencing significant roster and coaching adjustments as they prepare for their upcoming contest against the Chicago Sky. Multiple factors are creating an uncertain situation for the team's immediate future.
That's a point of emphasis for us, is keeping her out of her areas that she loves to operate from, and making it difficult for her and forcing her into the long, tough twos that we want her to shoot outside the paint.
Coach, can you talk about how quickly you guys sort of gelled as a coaching staff, even though, this is your first season all of you together here in Indiana?
Caitlin Clark has been observed at the United Center wearing practice attire, suggesting potential progress in her recovery process. While no footage of her participating in shooting drills has been confirmed, her presence in practice gear indicates possible preparation for a return to active play. The visual evidence suggests she may be testing her physical readiness on the court. Reports indicate Clark could potentially return to game action as early as next weekend or the following Tuesday against the Atlanta Dream. However, that particular matchup presents challenges due to the opponent's competitive level, making it a difficult contest for a player returning from injury. The organization faces decisions about Clark's timeline, balancing immediate competitive needs against long-term health considerations. Season and playoff implications suggest patience may be the preferred approach rather than rushing her back prematurely. Critical moments later in the campaign will require her full availability and effectiveness. Head coach Stephanie White will be absent from the Chicago game, requiring assistant coach Austin Kelly to assume leadership responsibilities. This coaching transition adds another variable to an already complex situation for the team. Kelly addressed the media regarding the team's approach to handling adversity and roster changes. He emphasized the organization's focus on player development and adaptability. Specifically, he highlighted Aaliyah Boston's growth as a multifaceted contributor, praising her efficiency, playmaking abilities, and scoring versatility from multiple floor positions. Boston's evolution as a decision-maker with the basketball has been particularly notable. Her ability to create opportunities for teammates while maintaining personal offensive effectiveness represents significant development for the franchise. Kelly also noted Kelsey Mitchell's improvement in playmaking responsibilities, particularly her ability to create off the dribble. This expanded skill set provides additional tactical flexibility flexibility for the team's offensive schemes. The next player up mentality has become essential for the organization's success during this period of roster uncertainty. Erica Wheeler's integration as a hardship signing exemplifies this approach, with her immediate contribution of 27 minutes demonstrating the team's ability to incorporate new personnel quickly. Wheeler's rapid adjustment to the system and substantial playing time allocation reflects both her individual readiness and the team's need for reliable contributors. Her performance suggests the organization's evaluation and integration processes are functioning effectively. Player trust and mutual confidence have become crucial elements during this challenging period. The coaching staff's emphasis on collective responsibility rather than individual dependence has helped maintain team cohesion despite personnel changes.